So today we're going to take a look at what's going to happen if Europe disappears in 2024. Now I know this doesn't make any sense, but yeah, let's see what could happen if Europe disappears in the modern day. And I know the Thracian part of Turkey is in Europe, as well as all of the western parts of Russia, some parts of Kazakhstan, and the northern parts of Georgia. But I did not make these parts disappear because the most parts of these countries are in Asia, so yeah, that's why. Now before getting into the video, I want to talk about all the new features that are now enabled on this channel, and those features include super thanks, super chat, and channel memberships. By giving super thanks, you guys can greatly support this channel, and by becoming a member, you can have a membership badge next to your name. You can also have custom emojis to use in the comments and the live chat. You can get priority reply to comments, member shoutouts, exclusive member only videos, early access to my new videos, exclusive wallpapers, and virtual video collaboration with me. So yeah, those are all the features that you get. Consider helping this channel out. But now let's go back to the video. But first of all, the world is literally suffering right now. Everyone is facing economic issues because without Europe, the world economy is literally dying right now, which is making everyone suffer. But we're gonna skip 100 years into the future, where now everyone has stabilized their economy, and we are going to see some interesting things happening. And I should also mention the fact that after Greenland got their independence, because there is no Denmark, the US annexed Greenland, who was in support of the annexation because they are afraid of Russia, who might have invaded Greenland. So yeah, but now because we are 100 years into the future, we can see that the US is no more the superpower, because of course they have lost most of their major allies, and they're only left with allies like Canada, Mexico, Australia, maybe New Zealand, and in Asia we only have Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. But in these 100 years, Brazil and Argentina actually got closer to the East Asian countries because of the BRICS alliance. Also, NATO doesn't exist anymore, and in this period we have Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Iran also joining BRICS, and the United States is now suffering, whereas Russia and China are very happy. But I should color in all of the countries which are in the BRICS alliance, which is now prominent because there is no NATO left. Okay, so if we take a look at the BRICS alliance right now, we can see that all of these countries have joined in, but we are going to see more and more countries joining into the alliance. And well, these countries include Pakistan, Indonesia, Thailand, Kazakhstan, and surprise, surprise, Turkey. Now, Turkey is a major US ally, but nowadays they are also getting closer to Russia, meaning that if there is no more Europe, they would join the Russian team. But yeah, these are all the countries which joined in on the BRICS alliance, but now we have the United States making their own alliance, which is going to be known as the League of Nations. Sorry, I could not come up with a name, so yeah. But okay, now let's color in all of the countries which join. We have Canada joining in right away. Mexico also joins in, alongside with Panama and Costa Rica. Colombia joins in, as well as Peru and Chile. In the east, we can see that Australia joins in. Same goes for New Zealand. We have Japan obviously joining in, as well as South Korea. Philippines also joins in, and last but not least, Taiwan. So yeah, this is the alliance map of the world. I mean, more countries could join in on each sides, but for now this is the map. And yeah, before anything else happens, we actually have Russia doing something very funny, and basically they want some colonies for themselves because they could not colonize back in the 18th and the 19th century, as they did not have access to these African countries. I mean, not direct access, even though there was the Bosphorus Strait. But yeah, so now we can see that Russia declares war on Algeria as well as Tunisia. And let me tell you, the Russian Navy is very good right now. Their economy is also booming because they have got a lot of ports on this coast, meaning that their economy is also booming because of direct access to the sea. And yeah, we can see that the Russian Navy now has arrived on the coast of both Tunisia and Algeria. They make a landing in western Algeria, and after a decisive military campaign, we can see that Algiers was taken, and with that, the Russians eventually were able to take all of the coastline, and the remaining parts of Algeria just surrender. The same troops cross into Tunisia, thus taking out the capital city, and after losing all of their coastline, we can see that Tunisia also goes ahead and surrenders, and this was a decisive victory for the Russians. In a peace treaty, we can see that all of Algeria as well as Tunisia got completely annexed, and yeah, this is not all of the colonies that Russia wants. With this, we can see that they also declare war on Libya, who really regrets not joining BRICS when they had the opportunity, and because their capital city was close to Tunisia, which is now under the Russian control, they lost it. The Russians push around around, taking all of the coastline. But it is now that Libya goes ahead and surrenders. And once again, we can see that all of Libya got completely annexed by the Russians. And because of this action shown by Russia, we can now see that more and more African countries are going to be joining the League of Nations. Let's get the alliance map. First off, we can see that Israel joins in. Oh, I need to update this. Yup, now it's correct because this is a Russian colony. So yeah. Anyways, we can see that Morocco joins in, followed by Nigeria, Madagascar, as well as the DRC. Countries like Niger and Mali also join in because they're really afraid of Russia right now. And yeah, this is what's happening right now. But now we can see that more and more countries join in on the BRICS alliance too. And these countries include North Korea, Malaysia, as well as Iraq. But at the same time, we can see that more and more countries also join in on the League of Nations. And these countries primarily come from Africa, which include Mauritania, Sudan, Chad, Ethiopia, Cameroon, and all of these West African countries. Now, I don't care about the relations that these guys have with the US, but because Russia is now trying to colonize Africa, that is why these guys joined the League of Nations. So yeah, we can see that Cuba joins in on the BRICS alliance, Bolivia joins the League of Nations, as well as Paraguay and Uruguay. We can see that all of these Central Asian countries now join the BRICS alliance, except for Afghanistan, you know. Bangladesh joins in, but now we're gonna see a very interesting event happening, and that's going to be pretty obvious. Now, India already did not like China while they were in the original BRICS alliance, and now having Pakistan on their same team and having Israel on their opposite team is too much for India. Also, now they are very close to the US. I mean, they do have good relations with Russia, but they have better relations with countries like Japan, South Korea, the US, Israel. So yeah, this kind of happens. This was a major event for the BRICS alliance as they lost a very strategic partner. So yeah. Anyways, now we can see another major event happening where basically Turkey declares war on Syria. Now, what does this have to do with this video? I don't know. But the Turkish troops push in, eventually taking Damascus and all of the other major cities, and the remaining parts of Syria just go ahead and surrender. And in a peace treaty, we can see that all of the coastline parts of Syria were taken, and the remaining country of Syria is now a vassal state to Turkey. And yeah, if we take a look at this alliance map, we can see that more and more countries now join in on both sides. First off, we can see that Papua New Guinea joins in on the purple team. Same goes for Vietnam, Cambodia, as well as Laos. We can see that Angola as well as Namibia join in on the purple team, whereas Tanzania and Kenya join in on the green team. But now we're going to see another invasion over here in Southeast Asia, where now Pakistan declares war on Afghanistan. As we can see here in the alliance map, Afghanistan was still not a part of the BRICS alliance. So yeah, we can see that the Pakistani troops are now pushing into Afghanistan, taking control of this part. And they also start pushing in from the western parts. They eventually get to Kabul, which was the capital of Afghanistan. And after a decisive military campaign, Kabul was taken. And now the Pakistanis push in. And eventually we can see that all of Afghanistan is now under the Pakistani control. In a peace treaty, we can see that all of Afghanistan got completely annexed. And yeah, this is what the new alliance map looks like. But now something very interesting happens. There was some border tension between Pakistan and India. And then this kind of happens. An attack on one member is an attack on all members, and this is set by both these alliances. So yeah, now let's see how it escalates. And well, this kind of happens. But if this video gets enough support, I'll do a part 2 on this video, and in that part we will see who is gonna be the winner of this war. So yeah, this is gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, and tell me what you guys want to see in the future. And thank you for watching.